Yo, what's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going over what I have in my airsoft bag. So, with this, I've got the HK Army extendable bag. So I know it's a paintball bag, but it works really good for my airsoft as well. So on the outside, I've got my team colours. So everything ranging from yellow / greeny, red and blue. Got my sling, so for when I want to just mount my weapon to my side. I've got my patches, some Wolverine from my Wolverine engine I've got in one of my other weapons, which I'll go through in the later part of the video. My nerdy sort of ones, so Deadpool, and then one of my favourite bands, AC/DC. This side of the bag, I will rotate. Same again with the nerdy style of life. I've got a one-piece Luffy patch, a Cubby Soft because I'm running a Cubby Soft belt, Killing Zombies one because, yeah, as I say, I'm a bit of a nerd, so I like the zombie style survival games, everything like that. And then the slightly naughty one because why not? We'll now go through the patches, not patches, they're side pouches. So 2 on the side here, 2 at the back here, 2 at the front here. On the front, on the molly attachment, I've got my Odin speed loader. In these pouches, both these pouches here are all my BBs. Varying weight from, I predominantly use 2.8s, but I have also got some 2.5s and 0.3s within these 2 pouches. So my 3s are here, my 2.5s are at the top there you saw, and then my 2.8s are lower down. This pouch, I've got my mask and eye pro for when I'm having a smoke or a vape. I can just throw on my eye pro because it's easier to do it, and then what's it called? Brain work. Then wearing my Di5 mask. So on this in here, we've got 2 spare lenses, clear and shaded, and then I've got my yellowy / pinky colour on my block tacticals at the moment. So yeah, these are what I use for when I'm having a smoke or a vape, because I predominantly play sort of indoor sites, so I've got to go outside, not indoor sites, predominantly play where safe zones are inside, but you've got to go outside to have a cigarette, and if there's a game going on or people are test firing their guns, you've got to wear your eye pro. So my second thing I've got, as I said, was my Di5. So I run Fire Red one, Fire Red 0.20, I think it's called. I've got my GoPro on here, so I run the GoPro Hero 10 with a rubber casing just to avoid bumps and everything like that. So if it does I do hit my hit brain work. If I do hit it off of something, say I'm trying to peek around a corner or something like that, it will take the impact on the rubber before it takes impact on the GoPro itself. I know they have their shock resistance technology and blah blah blah, but safe and sorry. And then I'm running 2 screen protectors on both of these. So not my last game, the game I played before, I got hit on my GoPro and it shattered that whole screen protector. If I didn't have a screen protector, it would shatter my GoPro. So they do work. On the back, as you probably saw me mess about with the cables a little bit, I am running the GoPro audio and charging connector. So that's just a USB-C to a connector, which runs USB-C for the charging, and then I can run an audio cable so I can connect my external mic for better sound quality. I've got like 6-foot cables for both of these. I've had to cable tie them a little bit shorter so they fit better and not just have a load of cables everywhere. So This pouch I very rarely use. I believe I've only got cable ties in here at the moment. So, yeah, I've literally got just a bag of multicoloured cable ties, different size, different thickness, blah, blah, blah. It's so if I do need to cable tie anything, I've got multiple to use. So I'm not sort of having to try and beg, borrow and steal off of people. I have got multi-tool on the outside, mainly just for the use of the plier aspect of the life. Siloom, because I've used a couple in games where I'll crack it, throw it in a room, go grenade, and it'll scare people so you can get in. It's quite funny. But yeah, so within this pouch, I've got 3-piece set. Well, not 3-piece. It's a 30-piece set of multiple size Allen keys, Torx, and Imperial. So, because I use metric mainly, but I've got a couple of my weapon systems that use Imperial measurements for their Allen keys and everything. So, I've got a set for the Imperial as well. That just sits into this pouch here. It's a snug fit, so I know that's going nowhere. Within this pouch, I've got my lube, which I keep into a separate bag, so if it does leak, it stays in the bag, not all over my kit. Set that to the side while I get the last bits out. So I've got a couple of hex keys, and then a little flathead. Never know when they might come in use. But my predominant screwdriver of choice is this one. So I've got multiple heads, so I've near enough got a tool for every single type of use that I need. Okay. So internally, really simple what I run. Top pouch, I've got one of my spare reg keys right here. We'll open it up so you can see actually. So I run multiple lipos, both with Tammy and Dean connectors. They are if I'm running an AEG on the day of playing. But I've also got a custom printed regulator key for my regulators. This was done by AirTac UK. Great company if you're in the UK and you need anything 3D printing for airsoft related needs, or if you want to run different HPA adapters for gas blowback guns, they've near enough got you covered. But yeah, so I run that on a bit of string attached onto the mesh, so I've always got a reg key with me so I don't ever forget one. Tuck all that away. So that's the top pouch. In the main body, my main belt setup, we'll bring the camera up so you can see it a bit better. So technically these are 2 M4 mag pouches with 2 pistol at the front, but they fit my ARP9 mags in very well, so I can fit 6 mags just on my belt setup with a dump pouch at the back. If I don't want to run a backpack, I've got technically a hydration pack, but that fits a air tank in it very well, with the regulator being able to stick out the top, so you've got it all on your hip waist. Now I've got a little admin pouch which I usually keep my grenades in, and sometimes power bank if I'm not running a backpack. So my second item I've got in my main pouch is my Cubby Soft belt. This is a very comfortable belt if you want to get into the aspects of running very minimal, or if you're into the SpeedQB world of life. But on the back, I run just a triple mag setup with a couple patches, so my Rick and Morty, powered by Monster, as you can see, and then just a nice little morale patch with 3 purple SpeedQB mags. I know they kind of look blue, but that's because of the way my lighting is and everything. I can't set it so you can see what colour they actually are. They are slightly darker than what my top actually is. So yeah, very comfortable. Would recommend if you've got the money to buy one. spare batteries for my torch. Never know when you might need that. And then a tub, so a Tupperware tub of 9mm blanks and 208 primers for my grenades. So yeah, just keeps them all nice and stored together and keeps them away. Basically, whenever I get a sticker from a company, I just stick it on here. So I've got like high kappa hub, air tac, 2 air tacs, 3 air tacs, I mean, of their ones that they've got back from when I was at NAE last year, from my mic. Just a funny one, I got nabbed from work because Airsoft iPro, yeah. That one was from Amazon. That's when I bought my. That's when I bought my tracer unit, and that one was from when I done a DSG ARP9 before I HPA'd it. But yeah, we'll go into main gun box itself now. So I keep quite a lot in my gun box, just to reduce what's in my main bag. It means I can still take extra kit if needs be. We'll let that drop down. Okay, quite a bit is in this box. So I've got 2 of my tanks. They are 0.8 of litres, 3000 psi tanks. That's both of them. I've got my 9mm BFG, a 208 impact BFG, 2 regulators, 1 regulators for my high kappa, with the Monk adapter, M4 adapter for HPAing. Yeah, we'll get into more details about this, so I'll set that one up there. I run the PTS AR9 mags for my ARP9. I've also got a second red key, so I can always, as I say, so I've always got a red key with me. And it just on that tag to make it easier to find when I put it away or put it onto the table and need to adjust my PSI or anything like that. But yeah, so as I said, I run 6 of these mags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then the main gun you've seen in the video so far, the ARP9. We'll get into that now. The ARP9. Lovely, lovely little gun by G&G. So I had ran a normal ARP9 for, I'm going to say, about 3 years, and then DSG'd it. Couldn't get along with the DSG because I was going through gears like a motherfucker. That's the simplest way of putting it. So I decided, because I had a bit of extra money from my work, like getting a pay rise, blah blah blah, so I had a bit of extra money, so I decided to throw a Polar Star jack engine into this, and I have not regretted it. I run this on about 85 psi. My dwell settings I can't remember off the top of my head, but I run the Gorilla FCU, but a standard Polar Star trigger board at the moment, because I need to do a repair on my Gorilla trigger board. So yeah, but the problem is I keep getting killed sort of the speed softer because very little trigger pull, as in it is minuscule. I run standard G&G hop, just with an upgraded nub and rubber. It overhops 2.8s, so I need to start thinking about looking at possibly getting 0.3s or higher. I've run on the front the Bifrost Tracer, just because this is a standout gun as it is, so I like just basically standing out there. Little low powered light so I can see in dark areas, and a little foregrip so I can hold the weapon system a bit nicer when I'm playing. That used to be mounted, so my caution tab used to be mounted where my sling was, and then the ring pull broke. But the hole that it had in it, where the ring pull was, because it was on a keychain, was the same diameter as that pin. So I sent the pin through into the ARP. Now I've got a nice little sort of weapon tag, just to stand out that little bit more of just the caution. Red dot is, I can't even remember what this red dot is, but it's just more, so I do use it, but it's more of a display piece as well, just to give it that bit of a oomph of, instead of just the Speedsoft where there's like nothing on it and just, yeah, I like still having that bits and bobs on it to make it a bit nicer. Next, we go on to the high capper. There's purple high capper, originally a TM gold match with an Ace Tech Brighter S on the trace unit on the front. We'll go internally, so short stroked quite a bit, so I had to file down this part so I don't have to cock it back. Go into this. So internally upgraded blowback housing, blowback unit, upgraded nozzle, upgraded hop unit with a 6-degree auto bot hop rubber, running that much of a short stroke, so it's pain getting my plug out. That's why I run a 4-3 plug. Top side, I have got a sight I need to install. I've just put it down somewhere and then I don't remember where off the top of my head. I thought it was just there, but it's not. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I need to install my front sight because it's slightly too small, so I have to put a bit of glue on it to make that work. Internally on the grip, I've got aftermarket trigger, screws, mag release, upgraded sear spring, trigger spring, all running 140%. So yeah, just a nice high capper to run. And then for the Monk adapter, I run the M adapter because I've tried the ones that go downwards. I'm not a big fan of it, whereas that still feels, to me, I know the mag's there, but it gives me the leverage. I'll just bring the camera back up. It gives me the ability still to be as small as possible if I'm running just my pistol. So I'm still able to do all of that without something sticking out to down there. Whereas now it's pointing there, so I can still go like that. Oh, I have got an M4 mag on my desk. Maybe he's happy. So the other thing is, if I'm running a full size mag, I can near enough use it as a buttstock as well. So I can, yeah, it's just the way I like it. Bag that I use for running my HPA tanks and everything in. It is a Emerson Gear expandable backpack. So at the moment it is expanded because I've got 2 of my air tanks in there. So I run 2 in my box down there and then 2 in my bag here. So on my bag externally, I do put patches on the side here, but they're all on my patch wall at the moment because I always like changing out what patches I have on, so I'm rotating it through. But if I want to run it on like a chest rig, I can molly attach it, which is quite nice. I've also got, as I say, my mic. So that is held on by the bag straps itself and cable ties. There is a cable tie underneath this as well, just to keep it sturdy in place, so it's not, if I'm running about, it doesn't just fall off. So inside the bag, as I said, is my 2 other air tanks, because some sites I play at don't have HPA refill, so I prefer running with bottle tanks. Oh, like I said, battery pack that I have for my recording, it will sit in here with the cable coming out. So yeah, inside here, got 2 of my tanks at the moment. When I'm normally running, it's just 1 tank, and then as you can see, there's foam, so it adds a bit of extra paddedness onto my back, so I'm not as sore on the day after of playing. So that's the Emerson bag. So if I'm running AEGs, there is multiple AEGs I can run. So I've got my SEMA high speed MP5. This is really nice to use. I've not used it in a skirmish yet. I've just been shot it in the back garden and everything. But yeah, it is just a nice gun to shoot. So this gun is the Eastern Crane M4. I can't remember the exact name of it. VTOL something, but it's got a lock-in, so if when you're adjusting the hop, it is really easy to, and then you just press the button to release the ejector side of life. The jailbreaks end does come off. I'm not going to take it off now because it's a bit of a nose, but this is full metal, really nice to use. I'm going to try and get a couple gameplays with it. And then my second one is my DMR. I need to take off the selector plate to semi-lock it, but people class this, because of my FPS limit / dual limit, this is running at DMR. I can make it run lower by running less air, blah blah blah, but I quite like it as a DMR because it's got the range, it's got the ability to hit people. I need to get a long scope for it, but yeah, it is just overall quite nice. And then my final bag, it's not all my guns, but this final bag in which I can take with me if I wanted to, but I mainly run the ARP and the high capper. But this is my MP7 AEG, but it still is a fun little bit of kit to use. I do want to get a GBB one because GBB is funner in my opinion. And then there's also the Thundermaul. This is a classic JG Thundermaul. I bought, this was my first ever gun that I bought with my own money, not my dad giving me the gun, blah blah blah. This was back when I was 14, 15 or something like that. So technically it was my dad's, but I gave him the money to buy it for me. And I loved it. I do want to get this HPA'd just for the fun aspect, and then I would probably start running it again because it's just so unique. I know they've re-released it, but this one, the classic one, is so unique in the UK. It's just, yeah, I would love to run it again, but I'm not a big fan of the AEG variant of it because needs servicing, realistically needs servicing, but I just haven't got round to doing that yet. So that is my kit. I have more weapon systems in and about my room, but they're nothing special. They literally just sit there most of the time, and I predominantly run the ARP or what was in the other in the brown box. So my G&G sort of DMR and then the M4. But yeah, I'm hoping to try and get more videos out soon. I can't promise anything because I have other commitments at the moment and work. Got a bit of time off now, but I've got other commitments like family, Christmas time, etc, etc, etc. But I will try and get more videos out. I hope you all have a great day. Catch you in a bit.